chairman's party is usually preceded by a roadwork, which includes an aerobic exercise and sensitization. The aim of the exercise is to maintain healthy living and also to showcase the uniqueness of the institution to the general public and to promote bonding amongst members and their children. Advocacy stroke in the, and in introduction of the Valuers Week. The first Valuers Week took place in August 2019, a week prior to the annual general meeting. It was an innovative idea that was introduced to foster and promote unity and also to help in advancing our advocacy cause. Unfortunately, we were not able to conduct the second edition of the event due to the advent of COVID. However, it is our hope that this will be a continuous event and will be included in our calendar of annual activities. Conclusion. While our policy agenda was certainly aggressive and ambitious, the fact is we were largely dealing with the same core issues that the branch has long faced. We tried our best, we gave our limit. It now falls on the new ESCO to continue on this path of progress and unity. I want to use this medium to congratulate you all and wish you a successful tenure for those who will take over. Please kindly note this: only one path leads forward. The other leads back to those factors that demonstrably worked against the progress of the branch. Looking forward means that the future is bright. Looking backward takes away existing protections and throws into question our commitment as professionals of our noble institution. Whatever we do, posterity will always be the judge. I believe in the value of history, and the historical facts are clear for us to see and judge. Thank you all. So that was the welcome address. I wish to quickly call on the secretary for apologies, please. Apologies. Okay.
Chairman and other protocols to be observed. There is no apology sent for this.
Okay. Okay.
I now
call for the reading, amendment, and adoption of the 2019 AGM minutes.
Chairman of the branch, other protocols, this is the minute of the AGM held This is the minute of the AGM held on the 6th of August 2019 at 9 Hotel. One calls to order. The meeting was called to order by the chairman, Niesv Abuja, at 5:05 p.m. by reading section 39 of the bylaws having the quorum for the AGM. The House unanimously agreed that the meeting can commence. The opening prayer was said by the JS adoption of the agenda for the meeting. In absence of any amendment to the agenda, Niesv Stephen Abuja moved a motion for the adoption of the agenda, while Niesv Florence Additional seconded the motion. Chairman's welcome address. Chairman in his welcome address recognized the presence of all national officers present, the fellows, and the associate members. He also recognized the presence of the chairman of the Lagos branch, Niesv Johnson Babigola, and the immediate past chairman of Lagos branch, Niesv Robert Orimolade. The chairman read his welcome address to the AGM, where he highlighted some of the achievements of the executive committee in the past 1 year. He appreciated every member for their contributions towards the success achieved so far. Apologies and announcements. Apologies were received from the following members: Niesv Adam Kasimo, Niesv Shola Abuji, Niesv Lorena Hisho, Niesv NN Okuman, and Niesv Dion Owofi. Reading, amendment, and adoption of the minutes. The minutes of the 2018 AGM was read by the Honorary Secretary, after which the following amendments were made to the minutes. We have the amendment as listed out there from page 7 to page 12 and the omissions of the names. After the amendments, Niesv Alawi Emmanuel moved a motion for the adoption of the minutes as amended, and it was seconded by Niesv Arinze Nwachukwu. Matters arising from the minutes. Recurring outstanding pledges, page 7, lines 1 to 25. The chairman said there was no clear list of the pledges written up. He said the executive committee will make further efforts to look into the pledge list. Submission of Abuja branch bylaws to the council of the institution. The chairman said the council is here to approve the bylaw forwarded because the council intends to harmonize the bylaws from all branches and produce a single bylaw for all branches. The chairman said following the resolution at the last AGM, the executive committee set up a 3-man committee to review the project and advise appropriately. Said after the consideration of the committee's report and further deliberation by the executive, it was agreed that a letter be written to the council for approval to dispose the property and invest the funds into the national secretarial project as part of our payment for the floor space in the national secretariat. He read out the letter of response from the national body accepting the request and the investment of the branch. Comments. Yes, Victor Yeye congratulated the executive committee for the success recorded so far and the 7 million naira paid on the branch space as a national project. He suggested that the value of the Sahara project should be commissioned to sell the property to enable us to realize the value in the valuation report. In his view, James O'Malley suggested that the date of the valuation report should be considered with the recent happenings within the location of the property and the present economic situation. He therefore offered to revalue the property homeowners. Niesv Chika Okafor appreciated the executive committee for the various activities of the branch and apologized for his absence during the valuers week. He said we should ensure that the space available to the branch at the National Secretariat is agreed upon before further financial commitments. In his response, the chairman said the president assured us during the last fellows breakfast, that the interest of the branch will be considered in taking further decision at the council regarding the floor space that will be apportioned to the branch. On his part, the president has been Roland Abuja further assured the branch, the house, that the size of the space due to the branch will be further discussed at the management level and communicated appropriately to the branch. The Lagos branch chairman, Niesv Abuja, and the branch immediate past chairman, Niesv Abuja, both congratulated the branch for the wonderful job done so far and donated the sum of 50,000 each in support of the branch programs. Business of the day. Presentation of the annual report. The annual report of the branch was presented by the Honorary Secretary, Niesv Abuja. Financial report. The financial report was presented by the Honorary Financial Secretary, Niesv Abuja. The auditor's report. Honorary auditor's report. The honorary auditor's report was read by Niesv Abuja on behalf of the honorary auditors. Adoption of reports. The motion for adoption of the annual report, financial report, and auditor's report for deliberation was moved by Niesv Abuja and seconded by Niesv Abuja. Discussion on the reports. The annual report, there was no comment. The financial report, yes. Not under committees. Yes, Jude suggested that the auditor's report should be restricted to the year under review rather than comparing reports with the previous year's auditor's reports. The president, Mr. Roland Abuja, commended the efforts of the auditors, said he is seeing an audit report that is so comprehensive and yet without controversy. Presentation of award. The chairman said he has decided to appreciate some branch members for their impressive contributions towards the success recorded by the branch. He therefore called on the president to make award presentations to the selected members for their outstanding contributions. The awardees are Niesv Abuja, Chairman Welfare Committee, Niesv Abuja, the Vice Chairman of the Welfare Committee, Niesv Abuja, Chairman MCPD Committee, Niesv Abuja, Secretary MCPD Committee, Niesv Adesubu DPC, Niesv Abuja, Chairman Education Committee, Niesv Emeka Iregona, Niesv Temitope Adewusi, Coordinator of the birthday celebrant, Niesv Lance Agadi, Chairman Membership and Provisionals Forum Committee, Niesv Obinna Arugba, Chairman Finance Committee, Niesv Wale Adewusi, Chairman Publicity Secretary. Niesv Temitope Adewusi also made personal presentation to the Chairman, Treasurer, and the Publicity Secretary. July birthday celebrants. The July birthday celebrants were celebrated as they cut their birthday cake. The sum of 127,000 was contributed by the celebrants into the branch account. Composition of the Electoral Committee. The chairman called for nomination of members that will serve in the Electoral Committee. The following members were nominated. Niesv Abuja was nominated by Niesv Chimaika and seconded by Niesv Adewale Adedapo. Niesv Kehinde Onorio was nominated by Niesv Adam Friday and seconded by Niesv Adefoku Stephen. Niesv Sandra Peter was nominated by Niesv Alawi Emmanuel and seconded by Niesv Victor Ayeye. Dissolution of the honorary auditors. The motion to dissolve the honorary auditors was moved by Ian Victor and seconded by Ian Timidope Adeosu. Thereafter, the following members were nominated to serve as the honorary auditors for 2019-2020 executive year. ESV Amos Kasim was nominated by ESV Akifo Stephen and seconded by ESV Abdulaziz Bello. ESV Mahmoud Mohamed was nominated by ESV Amlawi Manuel and seconded by ESV Victor Aomi. The chairman appreciated the president, ESV Sarola Nabonta, and the second vice president, ESV Ima Okazuke, for their support to the branch. The House was informed of the appointment of 4 new directors of lands at the Federal Ministry of Lands and Housing. There are estate surveyors and valuers. Members were encouraged to pay their dues, both at the branch and national levels, to be qualified to nominate candidates, vote and be voted for during the next national annual AGM and the branch AGM and election. Motion for adjournment. After exhausting matters on the agenda, ESV Boroni Solomon moved motion for adjournment of the annual general meeting till year 2020 AGM. It was seconded by ESV OJA Shaibu. The closing prayer. The meeting was rounded off with the closing prayer said by ESV Mohammed Mahmoud at 7:53 p.m. That is the minute of the last AGM signed by the Secretary and Chairman of the branch. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much, my honorary secretary. Noble colleagues, as you can see, this is the minutes as read. Noble colleagues, this is the minutes that's read by the honorary secretary for the 2019 AGM. I wish to call for any correction, amendment, so that we can adopt it. Please, IT, please look out for people who are raising their hands, please. Any comments?
They won't see me. They won't see me. How?
Dr. Oche.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished noble colleagues.
Please. Call one of those. Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. I just want to, I'm not making a comment, but minor corrections. I think on line 7, under matters arising. Line 7,
under matters
yes.
arising.
Instead of harmonize, it should be harmonize.
Okay.
Harmonize. I think that's what is supposed to be there.
Okay. Secretary, take note.
And then line 64, under AGM/19/08.
Okay.
The heading there shows dissolution. It should be dissolution.
Okay.
Those are the two I was able to notice when you was reading. Thank you.
That's under the agenda, you mean? Okay, thank you. Any other? Any other? Okay. I would like to clarify that as at that meeting under the AOB, AGM 19/09, Imawike was the first vice and not second, please. 19 AGM 19/09. Under AOB, you mentioned him as second vice. Are there any other? In the absence of any other correction, can someone move for a motion? Can someone move for a motion to adopt these minutes for discussion? While we are waiting for that, may I use this opportunity to recognize the present at this virtual meeting of the 18th president of our great institution, ESV, Chief Emeka Onwara. A round of applause for him, please. Ochendu one. Thank you very much, sir. Can somebody move for a motion? Move a motion. Okay.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Abdurrashid, Niesv Abuja Owoduni.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead, Abdurrashid.
I want to move for the motion to adopt the minutes as read by the secretary. I so move.
Thank you. Please, can you second? What's your name? Mahmoud. Seconded. Thank you very much. We recognize the adoption. Can we now discuss the minutes? Matters arising from the minutes. Matters arising from the minutes. We start from submission of Abuja branch bylaws. It is generally held now that all branches, their bylaws are situated within the national BBC. We still expect that they will continue, they will give us a report for that. For the issue of the Sahara properties, we got the clearance from the council and the board of trustees to sell the property. However, it's still in the market. Our intention basically is to continue with investing in the national secretariat. there's virtually not much to discuss from the last AGM on there. I think that's basically the only thing concerning the Sahara property. If you remember that the AGM that brought us into office did discuss that we should suspend any form of investment or any form of putting of money in there, which we abide by, but we requested because we felt that we are paying so much as rent. So we tried to key in into the National Secretariat. That we have done, and we have been able to put in 10 million, as you have heard from the reports. You know, that is where we are. So on this note, I think, except maybe there are any questions, we will be going straight to the business of the day. Is there a question? Yes, go ahead. Adamu Kasimo, please go ahead.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Chairman. We have it contained that an agent is supposed to be appointed for sale. I don't know if that has been done.
No, no agent has been appointed. You know, our calculations when we started investing in that particular property is that this ESCO believed that they could go a long way to make payments. You know, so we didn't want to really disturb ourselves while we were still looking at it with no agent yet. Any other question, please? Hello? Is she on? Dr. Egwatu, are you trying to speak to us? Dr. Uche Egwatu? No. Okay, we go straight to the business of the day. And I would like to invite the Honorable Secretary to please present the annual report of the branch.
Chairman, other protocols will observe. This is the annual report of the Abuja Unity Branch for the year 2019-2020 executive year. The results of the 2018 AGM, which took place on 7th August 2018 at the Chelsea Hotel Central Business District, Abuja, ushered in a new executive committee, ably led by the chairman, Charles Ebia, for a 2-year term. On assumption of office, one of the agenda of the executive committee was to see to the restoration of unity among members of the branch. This we can confirm has been achieved a satisfactory position. Part of other items on the agenda of the executive committee is to see to the increase of professional members in the branch, the new associate drive, and the more interview organized by the membership and professional forum committee and grew the branch membership by 100 members. Also, about 20 of our associates were together within the term. The executive committee also sets out to encourage our members in the public sector by paying courtesy visits to our members in some public organizations. This yielded result as we had members of the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing contributed money to host one of our monthly meetings. Members of the Federal Housing Authority also indicated their willingness to host the April general meeting, but the meeting could not take place because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The executive committee's decision to ensure that tertiary institutions within and around the FCT established the Department of Estate Management and Valuation saw us visiting some of the tertiary institutions. The outcome of our visit helped one of the institutions, the university, to start the department, while others are at the process. The year 2020 was supposed to see us host the national conference, Niesv Abuja 2020, but no thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic that scrambled the programs of not just an institution, but also of the global scene. Notwithstanding the setback caused by the pandemic, the executive committee has been able to achieve most of the agenda set out to achieve, including making advance payments in the sum of 10 billion naira for the space at the national secretariat. Hence, we are glad to say that we are leaving the branch better than we met it. Executive meetings. The executive committee had 8 regular executive meetings and 2 virtual meetings to deliberate on matters related to the affairs of the branch. This was occasioned by the lockdown directives by the federal government as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Below is the attendance schedule for the executive members. That's what we have in table 1. Item 2.2, general meetings. The 2019-2020 executive year started with a general meeting of 3rd September 2019, held at Nikon Luxury Hotel area, Abuja. The lockdown order by the federal government by the end of March 2020 and the directives by our national body to stop further gathering by branches limited our general meeting to 6, despite the fact that members have indicated interest in hosting our general meetings till the month of August 2020. Attendance at the monthly meetings have been encouraging with a series of lectures on different topics being organized by the Education Committee. Table 2.2 shows the dates and the attendance of at the various monthly meetings. That's summary of attendance to monthly meeting. Then table 3 shows us the general meeting cumulative attendance by members, which takes us to page 40. That takes us to page 40. Then item 2.3, sponsorship of general meetings. The commitment of members to the growth of the branch cannot be overemphasized, as members willingly volunteered to host our monthly general meetings from the month of October 2019 to August 2020. To host the meetings, members paid 250,000 into the branch account. Unfortunately, the lockdown order did not give room for the other sponsors from April to August 2020. Below is the list of our meeting sponsors. The month of September, we had the branch hosting. The month of October 2019, we had Niesv Joseph Abuja and Niesv hosting. November 2019, we had Kilo and Co. December 2019, we had Cited. February 2020, we had Niesv Abuja. Then the month of March 2020, we had the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing Directors. Yes, Niesv Abuja continued with coordination of birthday celebrants to jointly celebrate their birthdays during the general meeting in the preceding months. Apart from the additional income generated from the celebrants, it also affords members the opportunity to unite in celebration and increase attendance at meetings. The executive committee appreciates the commitment of ESB at Niesv to the idea. Item 3.0, branch secretariat affairs. 3.1, secretariat tenancy. Part of the agenda of this executive committee was to ensure we move our secretariat out of the rented office space into our personal space at the National Secretariat, Uju District. But the project will not be completed. The branch let a total space of 235 square meters at Bassam Plaza as the secretariat at an annual rent of 3 million per annum, with a tenancy that runs from 1st July 2019 to 30th June 2020. The branch occupies a portion of the floor space and decided to sublet major part of the floor space in order to reduce costs and afford other firms the opportunity of having their offices in such a choice area at a reasonable rate. It is pertinent to mention that some of the tenants owe, which is the reason for the payment of the recently expired rent. Below in item table 4 is showing the tenancy details, tenancy schedule of tenants at the some tenants at the secretariat. Item 3.2, secretariat personnel. The secretariat presently has 4 full staff and a core member running the day-to-day affairs at the secretariat with the honorary secretary. The core member with accounting background was employed to assist the account officer, Mrs. The staff are supposed to on the job training to enable them to deliver quality services to members. Members of the staff are Ms. EMC Atiboye, who is the admin manager and secretary, Ms. Ijeoma Idoko, the account officer, Mr. Bonus Jaro, the driver, Ms. Grace Sampson, the office assistant, and Mr. Paul Osagi, the board member. General conduct of the secretariat staff. The staff in the secretariat have been seen to be at their best behavior, and this can be attested to by members of the branch that make official visits to the secretariat from time to time. Their commitment to work with the work make the work of the honorary secretary easier. Secretariat furniture and equipment. The secretariat has ensured that all furniture and equipment are well maintained. The branch acquired a projector with screen for the branch use. This decision was taken in order to avoid hiring projector at the cost of 40,000 at our meeting venues. In order to protect staff and visitors to the secretariat from the COVID pandemic, we also acquired hand sanitizers and infrared thermometer for checking the temperature of visitors to the branch. The condition of the secretariat furniture can be stated to be in good condition, though, as earlier stated, there might be need to upgrade some of them in the nearest future. Item 4.0, 2020 National Conference /2022 Council Year. The 2020 National Conference started Abuja 2020, which was scheduled to take place between 24th to 28th March 2020, was postponed because of the outbreak of coronavirus COVID-19, some days to the commencement of the conference. Though the conference was postponed, but the election was completed and the votes harvested. The result of the election was later ratified and the rescheduled AGM, which took place on 27 June 2020. The election saw Abuja branch produced the second vice president and 2 unofficial members. We therefore congratulate our members as elected. He has been elected as the second vice president. He has been Charles MBI as elected as unofficial member, and he has been Emmanuel Alao as unofficial member. Item 5.0, some committees and ad hoc committees. At the beginning of this executive year, 8 out of 10 statutory committees were nominated. We also constituted 5 ad hoc committees. It is noteworthy to mention that while committees are creation of the branch bylaw, the ad hoc committees were created to meet specific challenges, needs, and issues that confronted the branch. Item 5.1 talks about the use of the list of the statutory committee, while in item 5.2 we have the list of the other committees. 5.3 we have the names of the education committee. 5.31. 5.32 we have names of the membership committee members. 5.33 we have the welfare committee members. 5.34 we have the MCPD members. 5.35 we have the policies committee. 5.36 we have the finance and general purpose committee. And item 6.0 branch programs. The major branch programs which held in the executive year under review as follows: continuous professional development as the MCPD. We have career taught at selected secondary schools, country visits to universities, road work, chairman's party, family conference, and the associate mock interview. It is worthy of note to mention that all the programs were self-sponsored. No loan was taken from the branch account. Rather, some of the programs generated income for the branch. Item 7.0, palliative to members. As a result of effects of the lockdown ordered by the federal government since March, following the COVID-19 pandemic, the executive committee decided to render financial support to some registered professionals and family members of some of our deceased members. A total of 41 professional members were reached out to, and 3 families of our late members. It is also worthy of note to mention that this was achieved by contribution made by the executive committee members and a few other branch members. Item 8.0, branch building project. Following the 2018 AGM resolution on the supercell building project, the executive decided not to further inject funds into the Sarara building project. Rather, it was agreed that we should invest in the national secretarial project in order to secure floor space for the granted area. Letter was circulated to the council in line with this, and the council granted our investment request. Part of the approval from the council was to dispose the supercell building and invest process into the national secretarial project. Item 8.0, valuation of branch assets. The firm of Omani and Co. volunteered to carry out valuation of the branch assets from financial purposes. For this selfless service, we express the sincere appreciation of the executive committee to James Omani and his friend Omani and Co. for the good gesture. Please see the honorary secretaries. Honorary financial secretaries report attached to this annual report for details. Invitations and social during the year under review, we made condolence visits to families of members. Lost to the whole hand of them, and also members that lost their loved ones. Invitations were also received for weddings and birthday from members. Item 10.0 them. Unfortunately, we lost 2 members of the branch, late ESB Chooks Ogolode and late ESB Mike Ojo, between the last AGM and the time of this report. We pray that their souls continue to rest in peace. Amen. That is the end of the annual report of the 2019-2020. Thank you, John.
Thank you very much.
Just to explain.
I wanted to thank the Honorary Secretary for that report. And I think we don't need to waste too much time. We'll go through all the reports and then we adopt all together. Other report now is the financial report. May I call on Niesv Abuja to please step forward to present the report. Financial report, please. You don't have. Just leave it there because there'll be another report again.
Thank you. Most respectfully, Chairman. The financial statement for the year ended 30th June 2020. Prepared by Niesv Abuja.
Fire.
We start from the statement of income and expenditure for the year ended 30th June 2020. The income passes through registration and subscription, which is 3,867,500 under Note 1. The next thing is signing of forms.
So far,
Which is Note 2. All the notes
even for like I get the remaining.
where the breakdown.
Count with 100 to 195.
195, I was there.
So under income and
Inca don't get
income from signing
133.
of forms, we have 2 million under 170,000. 870,000.
Publicity.
300 donations from projects. $100,000. Assessment. 94 kobo. Next here is expenditure. Under expenditure, we have secretariat, administrative, and operating expenses, which is also captured under Note 8, 8,548,930. We have publicity and adverts, Note 9, 1,053,000 naira. Projects / programs expenses, Note 10, 6,335,806 naira. Corporate development MCPD expenses, 2,867,750 naira. Other expenses and charges falls under Note 12 also, 105,882 naira 42 kobo. Benevolence, which is welfare expenses, Note 13, 204,500 naira. Then capital investment, 10 million naira. The total expenditure for this period now is 29,115,868 naira 75 kobo. excess of 557,824 naira 81 kobo. Balance brought forward as at 1st of July 2019, 12,776,882 naira 70 kobo. Balance carried down as at 30th June 2020, 7,219,057 naira 89 kobo. Statement of financial position as at 30th June 2020. The assets, non-current assets, we have property, plant, and equipment, which is note, property, plant, and equipment. Now, this figure was gotten from the valuation report that was carried out. That's 8,188,000 naira. Then capital, then investment property, which is 10 million naira. So the total non-current assets to be transferred to the national body is 48,188,000 naira. Current assets. Under the current asset, we have subscription and other receivables, note 16. 4,733,000 naira. Cash and cash equivalents, 7,219,057 naira 89 kobo. Total current assets, 11,952,057 naira 89 kobo. Now the total assets now sums up to 60,140,057 naira 89 kobo. And for reserve, we have accumulated funds 65,697,882 naira 70 kobo. The deficit now, we have 5,557,824 naira 81 kobo. Total fund and reserve 60,140,057 naira 89 kobo, which also reflects as the total liabilities and reserves. Now, for statement of cash flow for the year ended June 30th, 2020, cash flow from operating activities. Cash generated from operation, we have 19,708,043 naira 94 kobo. Operating expenses, 19,115,868 naira 75 kobo. Net cash generated from operation, 592,175 naira 19 kobo. Now, cash flow from investment activity. Rent received from sublease, 3,850,000 naira. Then development of Niesv house, 10 million naira. Net cash flow from investing activities, 6,150,000 naira. Now, from financing activities, finance expenses also used in financing activities. The net decrease in cash and cash equivalents, which is 5,557,882 57 uncovered. Opening cash 776,800. It's 9 kobo. Now, we move over to bank reconciliation statement as at 30th June 2020. Balance brought forward from 1st July. We have our banks stated here. We have about 5 of them from First Bank, 1 million. Opening balance of 6,705,000. Then we have 36,000. The total opening balance now came up to 12,776,882 naira 70 kobo. Add receipts. The receipts for this period, we have a total of 23,558,043 naira and 94 kobo, which brings the total to 36,334,926 naira 64 kobo. Less payments. The payments so far came up to 29,115,868 naira 75 kobo. Balance carried down as at 30th June 2020, 7,219,057 naira 89 kobo. Bank balance as at 30th June 2020. The various banks also. For First Bank, we have 3,335,527 naira 77 kobo. Then for the first Keystone, we have 881,165 naira 53 kobo. And the other Keystone, we have 600,540 naira 29 kobo. Now for Sterling Bank, we also have 1,919,464 naira 71 kobo. And for Zenith Bank, 482,359 naira 59 kobo, will bring us to the total of 7,219,057 naira and 89 kobo. Further after this presentation, we have the breakdown, the notes attached that will explain all these financial activities. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that report. At this point, let me call on the honorary auditors to please come and present their report. Presentation of the auditor report, please. Niesv Mahmood, is he here?
Yeah, it's there.
Okay. Are you ready, sir? Let me pass this thing. Where's the other guy? You need it. Take now. Are you ready? Okay, you want to? I can't believe so we get less than 50 participants. You won't carry on, you know. Are you sure? Hmm? What is this level? Very funny, sir. Say what? Okay, you accept it. What's it? It won't be here when I don't get it. Only 20. And the attendance. That's what it is. That's the information of the but they say you get
This one is set. This one is set. This is set.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Good evening, Chairman. Senior colleagues. My name is Mahmoud Mohammed, and standing by me is ESV Amos Kazim. We are both appointed as honorary auditors for the branch 2019-2020. We are good sincerely thank the chairman for this opportunity given to us to look at the books of our great institution in branch level. What we are going to give to you today is going to be an average of what has been said by the secretary and the financial secretary. So we are going to give you a brief summary of how income came into the branch, how it was spent, and investment made by the branch. So the audit we are presenting today, the year started 1st July 2019, ending 30th June 2020. We take the income first, which is as follows. Subscription. We had 327 subscribed members for the year. The breakdown is as follows. Fellows, 55 fellows, and the amount realized was 737,000, and associates were 211, at the money 1,099,500. Probationers were 60, and the money realized was 724,000 naira. And students only had one, and the amount was 2,000 naira. So total registrants 327. Total amount or income realized was 3,562,500. We move on to the next level, which is the registration. We are done with subscription. We are now in registration. Total registrant for the same period, associates, 4 associates, amount realized 28,000. Probationers 55, amount realized 275,000. Student 1, amount realized 2,000. Total registrant 60, income realized 305,000. The next is signing of PIC forms, or signing of forms rather. The first one is PIC form. Total numbers of members that signed the PIC form 48. Amount realized 1,815,000. Firm registration. Numbers of firms 8. Total realized 605,000. Transfer to fellow 4 members. Amount realized 450. So total income from signing of forms stood at 2,870,000. The next is benevolent funds, which is 303,750. After benevolent is the donation for projects and programs. The first one there is donation for branch support, spanning from 9th July to 19th June 2020. The amount realized is 570,000 and 45 members donated. Second one is celebrant support for hosting of branch meetings. The amount stood at 743,000. The period is 14 July 2019 to 4th December 2019. Next is hosting of branch meetings. Amount realized 1,310,000. The period is 16 July 2019 to 15th May 2020. Total income realized from project and donations is 2,623,000. The next on the list is branch levy for conference 2020. We have 55 fellows, and the amount realized was 737,000. Second is associates, stood at 211. Amount realized 2,099,500. Probationers, 60 probationers. Amount realized 724,000. Total members is 111. And the amount of levy for the conference stood at 1,330,000. The next is welfare. Donation for Valuers Week. We span from 23rd July 2019 to 19th August 2019. And the amount realized was 410,000. 20 members contributed to that amount. Donation for Chairman's Party. 47 members donated for that occasion. And the money realized was 1,432,000. Total income from welfare donation stood at 1,842,000. The next is redeemed pledges, which stood at 305,000. Income from rents stood at 3,850,000. Adverts on 2020 branch calendar, 90 advertorials, or rather 21. And the amount stood at 1,140,000. Income from sales of calendar, just 3 sales were made, and the amount stood at 6,000. Use of branch bus, 10,000 naira. It was used once. Other operating income, which comprises the bank interest refunds and unreceipted payments. Amount is 85,703 naira 94 kobo. Income from MCBT. Fellows, for the 6 fellows, amount realized 657,000. Associates, 123 associates, amount realized 1,160,000. Probationers, 125 participants, amount realized 760,000. Students, 84 students, amount realized 133,000. The subtotal is 2,710,000, and the number stood at 378. We now go to sponsorship and advertorials for the period. That is a MCPD. The amount stood at 2,615,000. So total income from MCPD is 5,300,000. 125,000. Summary of expenses and expenditure. A, Secretariat admin and operative expenses were broken down to two. One is utilities, stood at 430,100. Management expenses and others stood at 8,118,830 naira 33 kobo. Total is 8,548,000 naira 30 naira 33 kobo. B, publicity and adverts stood at 1,053,000. Project and program expenses stood at 6,335,806 naira. MCBD expenses 2,867,750 naira. Other charges and auditors and bank charges stood at 105,822 naira 42 kobo. Benevolent and welfare packages 204,500 naira. Capital investment, Niesv National Building contribution, 10 million. Then we have receivable outstanding debts. Those are people who are owing the branch. The first on the list is rent. Rent is 1,140,000. Signing of forms is 1,046,000. Niesv National Building investment, 690,000. Conference Unity 2018, 1,457,000. Hosting of branch meeting, 100,000. Branch calendar adverts, 300,000. Total outstanding debts to the branch stood at 4,733,000. Asset of the branch, property, fittings, vehicles, and equipment. Land and building stood at 25 million. Equipment, 1,636,000. Motor vehicle, 10 million. Furniture and fittings, 1,552,000. Total assets stood at 38,188,000. Then the stand of the finance in the branch, statement of financial position as at 30th June 2020. Assets were classified under non-current assets and current assets. The amount is 60,140,057 naira 89 kobo, broken down as follows. Land and building 25, equipment 1,636,000, motor vehicle 10 million, furniture and fittings 1,552,000, which stood at 38,188,000. Then investment in national building is 10 million. So total asset is 48,188,000. The current assets, receivables, is 4,733,000. The cash and cashmate equivalents stood at 7,219,57 naira 89 kobo. So the total assets, when you sum them up, will give us 60,140,057 naira 89 kobo. We have reserve and liabilities. We have accumulated funds, which is 65,697,882 naira 70 kobo. Revaluation reserve name, because we are not actually doing trading. We have deficit of 5,557,824 naira 81 kobo. Yes, if you look at the deficit, you see that it's in brackets. In the actual sense, we are not in deficit. That occurred because the branch invested in the National Building Fund. So that's why it stood at 5,557,824.81 kobo. So the total liability balance with the assets. So that is then our observations. Okay, maybe we'll ask a question before we do observation, or we'll go ahead. Okay. Observation and suggestion through recommendation. In the branch bookkeeping, we observed that some of the items in income and expenditure were lumped together. Suggestions and recommendations. 1, all booklets, all items should be specified differently. Registration should have 1 booklet, annual declaration should have 1 booklet, signing of forms should have 1 booklet, donation to projects should have 1 booklet, donations through hosting of branch meetings should have 1 booklet, separate receipt for welfare collections because they were lumped together. Provide petty cash booklet to take care of branch runnings. We found out that we only find them in ledgers, but I think it's better for us to get petty cash for the branch internal runnings so that good accounting system could be actually assessed and be in good records. Then we have then the model. We found out that when we took us time, we used opportunity to actually thank the staff of the branch because most time they have to stay after 7 waiting for us to close. Why? Because of the books, we have to go through the booklets, and we find that if we have a proper accounting model, it will actually solve the problem we are having, where all these figures are lumped and the items are not separated. So we advise that an accounting model should be installed for the branch, and that will aid good bookkeeping and stretch and accessibility of accounts will be easier. Then receivable pledge, you can find out that in the account, we have people owing the branch up to the tune of 4.7 million. That's 4,733,000. We advise that maybe 100,000 should be set aside for an employee to recover this debt. That true personal touch, that is visiting individuals or the firms, personal touch, emails, phone calls, text messages, and pleasant letters to encourage payments. Thank you all for your time. Question, if any. Please.
Thank you very much, honorary auditors. You're muted. Thank you very much, honorable auditors. Noble colleagues, we've taken the 3 reports: the annual report, the financial report, and the auditor's report. But before we bring it for discussion, I will need a motion for adoption for their discussion of the 3 reports, please. Can I have Ayodele Boye? Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. My name is Ayodele Boye. I'd like to move the motion for these reports to be adopted for discussion. Thank you. Can I have a seconder, please? seconder, please. OJ Shaibu has seconded. Thank you very much. Please, the report is for our discussion. Can I see any hand? IT, can you see any hand? If there's no hand, okay. Ayodele Igoye, sir.
Mr. Chairman, before I ask my question, I want to commend you because you have broken all records that not any chairman do. You have done well in the main. I think I have two people here who I can say came through my own tutelage, and you are one of them, and you are standing.
Thank you, sir.
Your predecessor was good, and when you train someone, Yoruba Palace, when you train someone and he does well, you have cause to be happy. So once again, I'm very happy, I'm delighted, and may God continue to assist you in your future endeavors.
Amen.
One of the things you have been able to do in this regime is to unite everybody. But from these reports, I think that some people have a lot of outstanding. We should devise ways whereby we can get this money. There should be means either coming down or whatever, but whatever we can collect, it will help us in a great manner.
Thank you very much. Any comments, please? I can see our second vice president, ESVA, Victor Alonge. Please put him on. Can you put the second vice president on, please? Second vice president, you can unmute yourself, sir.
No, Mr. Chairman, I'm not talking. I will soon be with you. I'm on my way to the venue, so I'll be with you shortly.
Okay, you'll soon be with me, sir.
Yes, yes.
So we should wait for you, sir.
No, I'm actually at the venue. I'm coming in now.
Okay, sir. You are my boss. You are welcome, sir.
Thank
you very much, sir.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Any other comment? Olubayo, you want to say something? No. Allow? About the yes, the reports and the escort generally.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, there is a saying that nothing could more encourage than the genuine intention to serve in office.
Oh, yeah.
The school has demonstrated some common.
Where is the?
Actions.
No. I just watched my hand.
During that tenure, we recorded 3 major projects In terms of
Please go ahead. Go ahead. Do whatever you need to do. I'm fine. I don't have
and
COVID.
try their best. In terms of building out programs, I could remember vividly one of the programs we had.
Thank you.
That is the manual week. That
Where is
manual
the
before
program? The IC surveyors.
contribute to the advocacy drive
Huh?
of our past president.
Okay.
If it was clear, I think a round of applause for the president. Not only that, among the activities they are really showcased is the issue of the 50th anniversary. Why not for COVID or COVID-19? At least the grant and the entire institution, we have seen the Abuja grant coming out successfully in that conference as one of the best conferences we ever had. But also the COVID that has abruptly terminated the conference. But nevertheless, I would still want to encourage as many ESCO members that are continuing the office, especially the chairman, other members, secretary, secretary, non-official, and others. As you all know that the outgoing chairman is also running the public executive. I want to encourage everyone that we should keep that because our own years as a plan is not so much. So giving the round of applause. You are thinking that before we are having our meeting together, and it has been a situation whereby because of our meeting, we always took up. When we started first second meeting, we discovered that the members began sort of a beautiful place like Michael, despite the ambulance is enough to someone to come for meeting. And not only that, we also have a venue where we can park our vehicles, someone can use the container, people also many things where we can use the container to because we have some people outside, sometimes we park inside the car and not safe and some of them do not get inside. But yeah, ever since we started here, there is no situations of such. So because it's all finance going chairman, Charles Kelly, for what he has done, for moving independently, for our meetings to second. Not only that, his contribution as a member of council, his contribution is enormous to the success of the past administration. My second vice president. Okay, I cannot say everything. My second vice president is here. I'll talk about the education that he has brought, what we have brought a lot of time and grants. Summarily, I will encourage ES and NASA to continue where they are and go with the executive. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Having listened to all of that, I want to quickly say, is there any other? I want to quickly say, let me quickly recognize the presence of the second vice president of our great institution, and indeed a member of our branch, who is here. He has taken every time to make sure it supervised the way the elections were conducted, make sure there was no rancor in the course of the counting of the votes, and that's what occasioned for his coming here at this particular time. He's here with us to also conclude this AGM. My second vice,
thank you.
ESV Victor Adekunle Alonge, you are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
I will just want to quickly respond to some of the things that have been said, especially if nobody is going to question the auditor's report. The auditor did mention that there are some debts. I would say that this outgoing ESCO has tried its best to be able to recover most of these debts.
even where we are going right now, as we are going, this report of the auditors as well as the finance, they are basically as at June. But I can tell you that most of the people who made donations have made those payments even after June. So by the time the incoming administration is presenting the report, you will see clearly that our people have become so united that they take care of their payments. When they say things, they do it, and it's going to continue. You know, so thank you very much on that. I can see we don't have anything since we have discussed all the reports and everybody have said. The last thing that is here, I don't know whether the electoral committee, whether they are here now.
I think they're on their way.
They are still on their way, but that gives me an opportunity to probably make a farewell speech.
You want to make your farewell speech now? No, I think you should wait. I think we can still have some comments. Let me just make some observation. Mr. Chairman, the Vice Chairman of the branch, who I believe in a few minutes' time will be the Chairman of the branch. ESCO, I think I also recognize the member of the board of Niesv Abuja presence, past chairman present, fellows, distinguished noble colleagues. It gives me a great pleasure to, I think I'm still going to make my speech, but at this point, I'm speaking as a member of Abuja branch now. And I want to say that, first of all, I want to apologize that I came late. We were actually officiating the election counting, and I'm pleased to say that the electoral committee has done it. So I'm speaking as a member of the branch. So I'm speaking as a member of the second branch, Mr. Chairman. Let me first of all notice something. And I think I've said this before. One fantastic achievement of this which I will not hesitate to always say, even after he has left, as a chairman, I will still continue to acknowledge it. Is his ability to actually unify the branch. Before now, we know that politics had come in and polarized us. We used to be united. Misunderstanding, very small little misunderstandings were allowed to fester. And some of us capitalized on it for our individual interest. We've tried, since it started. Chairman after chairman, ESCO after ESCO, tried. But I think their efforts were not allowed to actually fully come to, if I may use the word, fruition. But Charles and his ESCO were able to find the formula to actually bring all of us together. And I want to say that for that alone, you have written your name in gold in the branch. I want to also observe, like I told somebody when some issues came up, I said we have peace in the branch now. But if we are going to be reasonable, that peace is still a bit fragile. And when something is fragile, you don't leave it and go to sleep. We need to ensure
that our attention is not far away from it. We can achieve more than what we are achieving if we allow unity to exist in our midst. And I want to say that Lanza that is taking over from Charles and his ESCO, you have a very big task. Let me tell you, success is easy in a way. I know success is not easy. But if you compare the fact that when you attain success, to actually maintain that success is it more difficult than getting to success level. So what Charles has done, we are acknowledging him. He's done a good job. But Lancer, you have a much more difficult task because to maintain the level of unity we have, you need to be chairman for everybody. And you need to be a servant. There was a president, past president that we had a discussion, very constructive discussion. And I always say it. I told him, I said, look, Mr. President, Mr. Past President, you see the office of the president or that of the chairman, it's only a vagabond estate surveyor, somebody who is not a proper estate surveyor and valuer, that will disrespect that office. And I say it with every sense of responsibility in me. That office, president, chairman, they are sacred offices. They are a symbol of our profession. Nobody, no estate surveyor is allowed or is expected to disrespect it. But we also have occupants of that office. So that is where we come in. And I come in. The occupant of that office need to understand that there's a difference between the office and the occupant. And therefore, as occupants, we need to see ourselves as first among people. That we are all estate surveyors and valuers. We have been elected to represent people. And when we give respect to you on a personal note, we also expect you to respect us back. Respect must be reciprocal, whoever you are. And I stand here as second vice president by virtue of the fact that you voted for me, for instance. The president, we voted for him. We respect him. We respect his office. But the president, or even myself, I have the obligation, responsibility to reciprocate that respect. Because I am the second vice president or the president, does not give me the liberty to trample on you, to disrespect you. And I think we need to understand that this is a voluntary association. All right? It's a professional association. We are all professional. And we are expected to contribute to the progress of this profession through NAIBs. And if we have anything, and I say it, if we have anything that we need to contribute, whether things are not going well, we don't have to use it to destroy our institution. This institution must remain solid. It must. You and I have responsibility to make sure that we remain one. And I do not believe that because one of us or some of us are not happy with how things are done, the next thing is for us to start looking for how we bring this shut down. No, no, and no. It's never worked and it will not work. So I want to appeal to you, the leadership, that when you are in that office, because Abuja is a very, 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 I would say, members are conscious, members are aware, and they are always eager to contribute to their branch and the institution.
And it depends on how you embrace them. You need to embrace members so that they can contribute. And I know that by the grace of God, this branch will continue to grow from strength to strength. Amen. But let us understand that we have responsibility, the level of achievement we have now, in terms of advocacy, in terms of education, reaching out. I think the education committee has done very well. And I also want to congratulate the incoming chairman. Sorry, the vice chairman, because I don't know, I'm still waiting for the electoral committee results. For one passionate project that he championed, and that is for membership development in terms of bringing probationers through. And I think whoever is taking over from you will have to ensure that that project is not dead. It is very important, and I was listening to the chairman's speech when he said about 100, professionals. That is remarkable. And I think the challenge to whoever is taking over from you is, if I achieve 100, of course you cannot go with you. We expect you to go. And I'm sure you can achieve it. So Vice Chairman, you've done extremely well. And I think this if the electoral committee declares you and the education committee, I think they have done well. We need to reach out more. Yes, we can do so. I think he's done well with his committee. In terms of reaching out to the secondary school, they need to be known at that level so that when you go to those who are feeling jammed, because I'm telling you, at the moment, if you assemble at random, take 20 jam candidates, those who are feeling jam, look at what they're feeling. You will struggle to see 2 of them saying they want to study estate management. It's not that they don't like the course, that they don't know. So we need is a challenge to us. So, Mr. Chairman, I want to congratulate you. You have done well. As a member of this branch, I'm very proud. And don't forget that it's already your time that I became second vice. So I must give that also to you. That you, although left or right, the vice chairman, the second vice president will have been an Abuja person. Yes. Because I think it was technically zoned for us because nobody contested against Abuja. So the reception, sir, you need to declare reception date. You have told me. We can have a virtual reception. So, Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you. I want to congratulate you. You have done extremely well. Thank you. And well, you are not retired yet because you are a member of council. And I think you also need to look at the fact that it's because members know that you've done well. That was why they voted you to still represent them in council. And I see this as the beginning of your journey. So we see where that leads you. But I think you have done well. And for members, I think I must say that I'm proud of all of us. I'm very happy to be part of this branch. And the level of commitment that we have shown, I think is second to none. And if we can continue with this and even improve upon it, believe me, the sky will be our limit. On that note, as a member of the branch, don't forget I'm speaking as a member of this branch. And I will remain a member of this branch. Nobody is saying even as a top person, because the immediate president is a member of this branch. And you are having the second vice. Who knows whether when the position becomes taken, whether Abuja will produce another second vice.
By the grace of God.
Because you see, Lagos has said that thing for a long time.
Yes.
You understand the point. So I think it's that time we challenge them. Sorry. So I hope this is not I hope this is not all in the So last note, I want to thank everyone of us. I want to congratulate the branch chairman. Thank you very much. God bless you.
called the electoral. I was just trying to.
They are here.
Oh, they are here.
I really want to
It's electoral here.
quickly say that they are here. But
Okay.
it's not easy. It's not easy to just bow out of this kind of position of chairmanship. I appreciate the fact that someone who is unopposed and is incoming is anxious, but I need to take my time. But before I do that, I know that it's one of our cardinal. I don't know whether this will take. It's one of the cardinal intention of this outgoing ESCO that Abuja must produce another president. We did not know that no other person will come from any other branch to contest with the two people who contested from our branch. But we knew that God has destined that it is our time. I want to say a very big thank you to my executive and indeed every individual member of this branch for the very good things that has happened to our branch. One thing that was foremost in my mind, the day I made up my mind that I was going to contest for the election of this branch, is because I saw there was need for us to go back to where we started from. And today, in the last couple of days, when we see everybody eating, not being scared, everybody eating together, it was something very great, especially from the very last council meeting that was held in this town. When it was hosted, there were so many things. It is my pleasure. I must tell you, I may not be counted completely, you understand, in being in their longest count. Yes.
Is there a
Yes, in the course of elections. But I'm telling you that when I won this election, one of the greatest support that I got was from ESV Victor Kunle Alonge, both in monetary terms, both in his personal advice. He calls, and I appreciate that quick call. Chairman, don't you think it should be like this? Today, it is my pleasure not to acknowledge you just as my second vice. Everybody will tell you, in the last 14 years of my being in various points at this council, I have always respected who comes into those positions. Please join me to welcome as I present to Victor Alonge for his, in appreciation of the selfless support and contributions during the 2018-2020 special Thank you, sir. It has always been very, very good. People are hearing today that I like the way the auditor puts in his report. The auditor did say and explained very well that we have a negative balance of about 5.5, but that does not mean that we have a negative. As of June, we have a surplus in the bank. We have a surplus in the bank of about 7-point-something million. Yes, we have done some expenditure, but I'm telling you, we are not far from the 7.7 million. But this could not have been achievable. There's a group of young men who belong to our institution, and they run something they call the Realtors Prestige Club. Most of their monies are involved in that 10 million. So it is my pleasure today to also welcome the chairman of the Realtors Prestige Club to receive on behalf of the Realtors, of the Arrow Group, if you like to call it that. They are not political. They are basically support group to everything we do. It is my pleasure, sir, to present to you my pleasure to present to you. Please take it back home that I appreciate all your support, your funds, your personal advice for this. Thank you very much. You don't get to see people who take their time to celebrate with our institution. I have 3 formidable committees that tripped me, that I was so, let me invite the chairman of the Education Committee, Estate Surveyor and Valuer, Kehinde Ogunsoya. So please, on behalf of all members of this committee, we promised that we were going to make sure that we have estate departments. But without wasting time, very short, Birmingham University called us to say that they need university. Called us to say that they need names of our employees, not only starting the estate department. They gave us 5 slots. Can I invite the second vice? No, it's okay. He has done well. Yes, sir.
We have on the chairman. I present this to you for an extremely good job as the chairman of the committee. Thank you so much.
Oh, I don't want to waste your time, but let me just do a few and then. I need No, that's what I want. Please. Okay, all right. May I call on any Arrow Group member too that is here, or anybody from the Welfare Committee? Please, this is an award for the chairman of the Welfare Committee. In the first instance, when we just came in, we thought we couldn't have an end of year party. The man first and foremost doled out 500,000 naira to support. I don't know him from anywhere. It must be the love of this profession. Please, I want you, Mr. Second Vice, to also help me present this to ESB, to Chukwu Agu, for its selfless service.
I think, Mr. Chairman, I want to make a couple of comments. I want to make a couple of comments. The chairman of this is somebody that is somebody that I close. I think in the last sort of years. Not just last year, before election. I've come to watch it closely, and I've seen the level of selflessness in him and his compassion, about this profession. And it's somebody that we should encourage. I think I've spoken to him, trying to encourage him to come to leadership. But people like that, who are selfless, we don't have many of them around. And those of us who have the capacity to do this, trying to attend to our responsibilities and make more money. But this is a young man who I think has great potential, in terms of leadership. And I'm also surprised that he has not been as chairman of the African Committee. I'm happy that Lancer coming in belongs to that group. So he will not leave you. I'm sure he will support you. He will also support you. Should allow him to. He was a very, very, very resourceful man. And I'm very, very proud of what he has done. And I expect him to do more. And I expect him to do more. pleasure to present this well-deserved award. I think all the members of the committee also to the chairman that they have received this award, chairman. So I present this award on behalf of the chairman to ESP.
Mr. Second Vice, I knew that this is also virtual meeting. So most of these people couldn't have been here. But it's good since they are watching this on YouTube that it should be there out there. What is good is good. Please, we were able to have 2 MCPDs. When you know, like just like we are over in August, in a very short while, people would think it's not possible. But they were able to arrange, and all of these things had surplus. Anybody from the MCPD committee, please? Okay, the secretary is here. I present this to the chairman of the MCPD committee in appreciation. In appreciation of the secretary.
Okay. On behalf of the chairman, I present this to ESB.
Okay. I have somebody in the house that I think you should indulge me. I don't have another time tomorrow.
Don't worry.
Yes.
Take your time.
Please,
Because
I would like
the mic will soon leave you.
Yes, the mic will soon leave. You know, I would like to, you see, sometimes it's not only about money and the things that goes with it. You understand, but advice and being warned before you get into this kind of nonsense. You understand? Let me invite ESV Henry Oga, a fellow of this institution. He has been with me all through.
Yes, on behalf of the chairman of the branch, I present this wonderful award. It deserves one to ESV, popularly known as. Thank you.
Please, may I quickly just call on the 2 past chairmen that will always call me at every point in time to tell me what is going on. Do this very well. May I call on ESV Manuel Alao to please come and receive this.
What can I say about this one? Honestly, I like him to unlike it. Yeah. Allow actor. He's, I think to a large extent, a man, and his level of energy always comes to me as a surprise. He's a member of my church. As a matter of fact, we are both special apostles. But in the last couple of days, I've started doing some investigation about special apostles. Although I was part of the council that approved special apostles, but I'm now thinking, was there a special prayer done to us so that we won't be able to look at everything in total before we approve? But honestly, Alao is a likable person. He is somebody with a lot of energy. He's been a good servant of the branch, and I think he still serves as a branch. I would just want to say that you deserve this award, and challenge I will throw to you is that, please, most of this energy that you have now and the resources that you have, let's channel it towards unifying the branch. It can be done, and corporately we can achieve when we all work together. This profession still needs a lot of work to be able to fend off all the challenges we have. And God has blessed this profession. So, Emmanuel Alao, ESV, a fellow of the institution, a past chairman of the branch, I congratulate you on this award. And you know that I like you. Yes, you know I like you. Yes, you know I like you. Congratulations.
Finish my chief. Okay, the second vice doesn't have this largest of time most times, but I'll just deploy him. I have some awards. One of them is for Estate Surveyor and Valuer, Kola Olayode. He's not present here. Yes, I'm aware. Okay, if you want to collect from him, you just do that quickly.
Yes, no, today's party is ongoing now.
May I call also on my immediate past chairman? My immediate past chairman. My immediate past chairman did not leave me alone. When I came in, he has always supported me. And I think that both in terms of intellectualism and otherwise, including some funds, even though you pay because it's a PRO, it's probably use the money. But in any case, ESB Adamu Kasimu has been a very great guy to my. You are welcome. Thank you. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
You see, I think I have to say one or two things about this matter. ESB Adamu Kasimu is, as we all know, is a board member. He's a past chairman. And we all know his quality, especially his capacity to critically look at issues. He does not jump into conclusion. And I think I've been very, very impressed about how he carries himself and how he actually responds to issues. And I want to stand here today and say that I will always be very, very proud of this. When I saw him, he said he's now an elder. And I think he deserves to be an elder. And you remember that day when he's not a politician. He wasn't a politician rather. And I think that's naive politics. He was never elected. And although today now I'm sure he has been won over. And I'm looking at him.
We need him.
Yes, we need him. And it took a lot of conviction to actually get him to be interested in contesting for the branch position. And we all know that when he became chairman, he did extremely well. So I'm very proud of him. And anytime, any day, you can always count on him. You are somebody that we should be proud of. We're proud of you. And we are proud of the way you are moving. So ESB Adamu Kasimu, on behalf of the chairman of the branch, I present this well-deserved award to you, and I hope that this will not rest on your horse, because we need you more, not just in the branch but also at the national. Chairman.
You see, the reason why people come in as unofficial are very clear. As an unofficial and a fellow at that, I don't know whether many people know that this man's number in the institution is in 600. Most of us who are saying one or two things today, we will not know. But I know that when they talk about concealed glory, that is somebody who gives you a very strong and very good advice. It is my pleasure to invite ESV Eze MC Otiko. He's an elder man in the institution and has helped me so much in the course of this. Please, is the chairman of the faculty of right of way.
I won't want to address the time again. Yes, I think I'll just say one sentence that summarizes what I know about him and what I admire about him. And that is the fact that he is a humble man. He's somebody that is a big man as he stands. When I say he's a big man, I mean it in every sense. But this is somebody who will not come to you to let you know that he's a big man. He mixes well with you, and he's never an arrogant man. And I think we have a lot to learn. You had his membership number, 600 and something, right?
It's not 6.
So he's actually, if you look at him, you think he's
before now. Is there anybody 8 years?
You think he's our mate. You think he's my mate if you look at him. But he's not. He's well our senior. But the point is, he's never an arrogant person. He's humble. And what I like about him is a straightforward man. If he's going this way, he will tell you he's going this way. And you know what I meant. And that is the way to do things. So on behalf of the chairman, members of the PSV, I think you deserve it.
Okay, I will just do a couple more. There's no need for speeches. We'll just call so that they quickly take and go. But it is something of note. In all the things we've done in terms of Valuers Week, in terms of hospital visitation, in terms of children's party, and everything that happened, there's one lady that stands out. She has performed so well. Every gift that we give to a child, every gift that we take to the hospital, she takes her time to make sure that it is done. Please, she might not be here today, but I will prepare one of the ladies to receive this on her behalf. Estate Surveyor and Valuer Adesumbo Adebisi, a fellow of the institution. She has spent her time. You know, if there's anybody, a lady that can receive this, okay.
On behalf of the branch, I present this to Raja Adesumbo Adebisi on behalf of the branch for what he has done.
The time has come. I'm going to now quickly go into presenting this award. Sometimes people have fights that give you a lot of stress, and then people begin to worry, how am I going to contend with him? I never had a contention. At a point when we came into this regime, the first thing my vice told me is we need to exchange our account numbers. If I do, you pay. If you do, I pay. So we sit down, and anytime sometimes we're so scared of touching the pulse of the institution. And so when it's social events, most times, they say, Oga, 50-50. I will pay, send my 50 back. I'll call him, pay, send my 50 back. And this is how we succeed. It is unequal. When we had the first Thanksgiving in the Holy Trinity Church, Aitama, I did not plan. He just whispered to me, can we leave everybody to go just like that? I said, what do you mean? He said, we must go and have breakfast or something. And he said, let's move 50-50. And we went there, everybody ate. Even people who did not attend the church started calling others and they came and we did 50. You understand? And what is like about him? When something is good, he says, it's a huge success. My vice, you have been a huge success to this regime. I wish to call on the second vice. Second vice, you have a lot of work to be doing. You understand? Please present this to this man. This man, by the great second vice, said the result has not been announced. But we also know he's unopposed. But I'm telling you, when you listen, you will know. I will tell you that you have not made a mistake. God bless you.
You see, the chairman has just said something. I think we need to take note of it. That's why it's good to have big men as those who have big teams. Those who have big boss. I hope whoever is going to come in as second vice chairman. You know what you are stepping 50. So we know that they are leaving legacy, and the course of discussion is the branch is heavy. So you should come 50 to don't let the cost go down. So 50. I think I'm talking a lot about what he has done. I can only wish you all the very best as you assume the leadership of this branch. And what you've done. On behalf of the chairman and branch representatives.
Thank you. The last that will involve a talk is this award. The person is not here, but I just want to make a comment before I go to the ones that will be fast. Very soon we'll be out of here. We were expecting to have somebody worked so hard, and somebody worked so hard to make sure he represented us at our chairman. There were different initiatives that came up concerning the conference. But indeed, you understand, he did put up all his best to make sure. I can tell you that in our report, just like the president's report, we expect to get a 25% of the 20 million that has so far been called a profit of the president's report. And these things would not have been possible without the NCC chairman, Niesv Abuja. He's not here today because he didn't know we were going to be here, but this is for him. I thank God for you, Kene. You understand? I thank you for all the support that you have given to. Okay. We have the LOC secretary here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay.
On behalf of the chairman, I present this to KO. I call it KO. He can write himself for a stupid job. Please. Present the other one. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay. In quick succession, please, can I call the honorary secretary who served me and has done very well, following Akilota. Please move up.
Congratulations.
Sorry, it's not in any particular order. Can I call any particular order? Can I call on ESV or Lighton Bello?
Madam, congratulations for the job. You see, one thing about ESV or Lighton is that she's a very good credit controller. She made sure that she collected my pledge. She can disturb. She can disturb. I said, was it on Sunday or when was it? In the night, she called me on the Sunday to ask for a guy you have not. So she's done a good job, and I hope whoever is coming as treasurer will also learn.
Can I call on Obina Arungwa, please?
Obina. Congratulations. I think this is as honorary financial secretary. Thank you very much.
Olayinka Samuel Awodele.
Okay. ESB Yinka Awodele. There is no Alao here. I thought there would be a circle for Alao here. Okay, congratulations for
ESB Adewale Adewusi.
Oh, obviously. The honorary publicity secretary. Congratulations for an extremely nice job. Thank you very much for your service.
ESV Abdulaziz Olabode.
Ààrẹ. Àbí ààrẹ kọ́ yẹn? Congratulations. But this is all official member. How many times have you been all official member? Second time, sir. Second time.
Not time.
No, second. Oh, so this is first unofficial member. Yes. Oh, I thought you. No. Second. So the second one is the one you are waiting now. Awaiting result. Yes. Okay. Congratulations. Thank you.
Okay, we don't have our present here, but we call our house leader. We call her. She's always there. ESB Folake Odushiga. Can somebody receive this for her, please?
Okay. On behalf of the chairman of the branch. Oh. On behalf of the chairman of the branch. You have to be careful the way you hail Bola. Also, she's a lawyer now. Before you know it, you will be summoned to Supreme Court. On behalf of the chairman of the branch, please give this to Falake. Good job. She's always been an active member and supporter of this.
On behalf of Falake, I say thank you to everybody. Is available for more things to the branch.
Yes, Banjo Adeleke.
That's nice.
What is going on here? The only income we know is the other batchman. Electoral committee, you know.
And then the last, but not the least, is ESV Fred Akia.
Is Fred here?
Is he here?
No. Can somebody receive it on his behalf? On behalf of the chairman of the branch, I present this to Fred, PSB Fred, as the outgoing honorary assistant honorary secretary. Thank you.
On this note, thank you very much, Mr. Second Vice. I will like to say this. I will be doing this presentation, and I would like the Second Vice President to receive on behalf of the person I'm praying for. I am so grateful that when I became chairman, a past president took his time to always say he will support me. He's always supporting me. He has even made payments for things that I cannot qualify because of the branch. His time and everything. He chaired 2 MCPDs. At every point in time, he calls you, don't make the mistake, you are the chairman. You understand? And I think I really feel touched. And I've known this man since 2006. He proposed me to be the publicity secretary of the national institution long ago, and somehow I turned it down. You understand? But I have gone through that. He used to call me the publicity secretary that naive never had. But I bounced back and I became a national publicity secretary. And when I came, he told me he knew I was going to, and he supported me throughout his chairmanship. Please, it is my pleasure to present this to the 18th president of our great institution, ESV Chief Emeka Onwara. You know, my second vice, please help me to give this to him. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the trustee of the institution and the past president, I received this award and it will be delivered to me personally. Thank you very much.
Which one? Are you going to give me? Okay. Thank you very much, noble colleagues. As you can see on the, we spent some more time. It's not a waste of time. Now, I wish to thank everybody for every support. Everybody supported me. And that is why we are talking about unity today. And I know that this unity is going to continue to grow in our place. But I want to take this opportunity to thank, it's an AGM decision to appoint Obi Anioke and his group as electoral persons. It's also the AGM decision to have appointed the auditors, Mahmoud, and I am not in a position to say so much about it, but I want to appreciate, because I never knew that when elections are going to be conducted, that they can even ascribe it to the chairman that is going. But I see the atmosphere in which we conducted that election today. People have been calling me, and I just have to say thank you to them. They sacrificed their time. They use their money and all those things to make sure they run all those things about the election. So on that note, I want all of us to give them a round of applause, for what they have done, all the auditors and everything. I also, at this junction, I don't want to hold power for too long. I call for the dissolution. I do call for the dissolution of this outgoing ESCO. Can somebody move a motion for the dissolution? Yes.
I, Niesv Abuja, hereby move for the solution.
Any second, sorry.
I think,
sorry, yes. Sorry, okay.
Sorry. Noble colleague, even if it is just for 1 minute, if you are moving a motion of this magnitude, we need to appreciate it, recognize what they have done, thank them on behalf of members, and then move a motion for record.
Chairman. President, second vice president, my name is Niesv Abuja, and I hereby move for the This has done very well, and I so much appreciate that. Everyone of us, I on behalf of all the other members represent, hereby appreciate the good work that you have done, and I hope that the coming will take the key from words from them. I appreciate you on behalf of every one of us.
Any seconder, please. Any seconders?
That's the last one.
I now declare you no more IPC.
Okay, welcome.
I'd like to really appreciate the outgoing expo. Enjoy welcome. We have left the branch and we are all part of the work we have done. And on this note, I want to second the motion, the solution of this current expo. My name is Niesv Abuja. Yes.
There will be counter motion.
And I now pronounce Charles Ogenero Ebiai, executives of the 2018-2020 of the Unity Branch dissolved.
You don't have the mic again. And you were the one that said that. You don't have the mic again.
I now have the pleasure to invite because lectures are always Hello. You better settle down because we don't have a government now. There is no government in place. And you know, lecture are more vacuum. So I'm sure Lancer wouldn't have loved that kind of. So on behalf of the branch, I now invite the chairman of the electoral committee and his members to move to the high table and take charge of activities. Announce the result and let us know whether we have a new expo. Please, can we give them a round of applause? Niesv Abuja, FNIBS, Chairman, Electoral Committee, and his members. Thank you.
Chairman.
Yes. So, Chairman.
Are we on?
Yes.
Okay.
Good evening, fellow colleagues. Protocol. The second vice president of the Nigerian Association of Estate Surveyors and Valuers. The immediate past chairman and ESCO members of Nigerian Association of Estate Surveyors and Valuers, Abuja branch. Fellows, both in-house here and participating virtually, associates, distinguished noble colleagues. My name is Estate Surveyor and Valuer Obi Ayoke Bello. Niesv Abuja branch. Here in after refers at the house. In almost a year at this time, conducted election to appoint electoral committee, a 3-man member electoral committee that will conduct election of the new ESCO
for 2020-2022 council year. Membership of the committee. We have with me here SSW Sandra Peter, by my right. I salute you for your hard work. SSW Honoreke, Secretary of the Policy. Thank you for your commitment. Am I on SSW Balwa Obi Anioke, Fellow, the chairman of the committee. According to our bylaw and policy laid down, positions contested for includes the post of the chairman of the branch, the post of the vice chairman of the branch, the post for honorary secretary of the branch, the post for honorary financial secretary of the branch, the post for honorary treasurer of the branch, the post for honorary publicity secretary of the branch, the post for assistant honorary secretary, assistant honorary financial secretary. We have people that indicated interest to contest these positions, and they include for chairmanship position, SS of Valualansa Ayaj, fellow, unopposed in that position. Vice chairmanship position, SS of Adebanjo Adeleke, fellow, and SS of Folake Odushiga Rashidat, fellow. For honorary secretary, we have SS of Olubayo Kehinde, associate, unopposed. Honorary treasurer, we have SS of Chukwe Zugo Ekwatu, associate, and SS of Francis Carmen, associate. Honorary financial secretary position, we have SS of Wodele Samuel Olayenka, associate. SS of Wilson Ezekiel associate.
Okay.
For publicity, honorary publicity secretary, we have SS of Ayo Ogundairo, associate. SS of Olayenka associate.
Let me collect my ears.
For the position of assistant secretary, we have SS of Kadri Muritara, unopposed. Position of assistant financial secretary, we have SS of Umaru Salamat, unopposed. Associate. The bylaw requires us to elect 3 member, unofficial member that associate cadre, and 1 fellow that cadre. So in other words, the unofficial member must have at least 1 fellow that cadre. And we have people for associates that contested for unofficial member. We have SS of Abdulaziz Malabode, associate. SS of Afam associate. SS of Muti Balogu Sahid, associate. SS of Ferrari Akimoto, associate. SS of Mark Ugoji, associate. We have SS of Kehinde fellow, the only fellow that stood for the contest. We started acquisition of voting by 9 a.m. and we stopped by 2 p.m. prompt. We had total Eligible voters, 257 members. Total voters accredited. Total votes cast 196. 195. One person was accredited but did not vote. Vote score by each vote scores by each candidates or contestants. I'll start bottom up. All official category. 156 votes. Surveyor Mark Ugoji, 72 votes. Surveyor Fulani Akinwoto, 107 votes. Surveyor Mati Balogu Said, 93 votes. 93 votes. Surveyor Afam Uri, 95 votes. Surveyor Abdulaziz Alabode, 125 votes. Assistant Financial Secretary, Umaru Salamat, 146 votes. Kadri Mutara, 148 votes. Honorary Publicity Secretary. Surveyor Olayin Kasheyi, 86 votes. Surveyor Ogundairo, 107 votes. Honorary Financial Secretary. Surveyor Wilson Ezekiel Oluwaseun, 52 votes. Surveyor Samuel Olayinka, 143 votes. Surveyor Francis Kamel, 70 votes. Surveyor Chukwezugo Egwatu, 122 votes. Honorary Secretary. Surveyor Olobayo Kehinde, unopposed, 154 votes. Vice Chairmanship position. Surveyor Olusiga Rashidat, 90 votes. Surveyor Adebanjo Adeleke, 103 votes. Chairman, Surveyor Nansa Ayad, 176 votes. It is our unanimous decision and our pleasure to announce and declare the winner of this contest to the House. Chairmanship position. Surveyor Nansa Ayad, having put 176 votes, stands elected. Vice Chairmanship position. Surveyor Adebanjo Adeleke, having put 103 votes as against the person that protested with him, Surveyor Faraka Odosuga, that scored 90 votes. We return Surveyor Adebanjo Adeleke elected. Honorary Secretary. Surveyor Olubayo Kehinde elected with 54 votes. Honorary Treasurer. Surveyor Chukwezugo Egwatu stands elected with a total vote of 122 votes against the contestant Francis Kamel, who scored 70 votes. Honorary Financial Secretary. Surveyor Samuel Olayinka, having scored 143 votes, stands elected as against the opponent that scored Niesv Wilson Ezekiel Oluwaseun, that scored 52 votes. Honorary Publicity Secretary. Surveyor Ogundairo, having pulled a total vote of 107 votes, stands elected. As against Justice of Abuja Kashi that pulled a total of 86 votes. Assistant Secretary, Justice of Abuja Kashi Morita pulled a total of 148 votes to be elected. Assistant Financial Secretary, Justice of Abuja Salamat pulled a total of 146 votes to be elected. Unofficial member. In the fellowship area, only one fellow contested. Justice of Abuja in the Ogusaya, having pulled a total vote of 156 votes, stands elected as unofficial member. Justice of Aziz Olabode, having pulled a total of 125 votes, stands elected as a member of the committee. Justice of Akinwoto, having pulled a total of 107 votes, stands elected as unofficial member.
I would say there's no connecting.
The surveyor of Balwa vote stands elected as unofficial member. I have to inform the House that by some of the agents of the contestants and also the 3-member committee of the electoral committee. We in the electoral committee, we to salute the noble disposition of the members of this Nigeria Association of Justice of and Niesv Abuja branch for displaying a high sense of nobility for which we are known for. The process was just credible by people that have contacted us. We are not here to speak for ourselves, but this information was given to us. I need to relay it to the House. And I need to say that the profession of estate surveying and valuation in Nigeria is a profession that others need to emulate in a process like this. So we have made the job to be very easy for us, and we thank you for your cooperation. Thank you. Thank you once again. We will call them. We will want to invite them. We will invite the candidates that are elected to steer the ship of the branch for the year 2020-2022. And we also issue them with certificates of election. I think we will give them a chance so that they can come over to stay by the side to invite them. Where are you going? They'll come there.
All of them out. Yes. They have to be sworn in.
Yes.
They have to be sworn in.
They have to,
I don't think we have oath or something. We don't.
Yes,
We don't. No.
During the inauguration.
Okay. Which is inauguration? No, this is the main inauguration. Then we just call them out and then.
So I have the singular honor and privilege to invite the chairman elect of our branch in the person of Estate Surveyor Abuja, Answer Araj. Please, a round of applause for you.
Just stay there. Just stay there. All of them have to come at the
Please. All the
We do this to the president.
All of them. All everybody. All of
Come on, sister.
Secretary, Honorary Secretary, Mr. Samuel Mawolo. The Honorary Treasurer, Mr. Samuel Mawolo. Honorary Financial Secretary, Mr. Samuel Mawolo.
Yeah. Secretary elected. Assistant Secretary. Assistant Secretary, this is a member of our country. Assistant Financial Secretary. This is a Salamat. Unofficial member.
The house leader.
This is a member of our
This is a member of Ablaziz. This is a member of Ferrari Akinloton. This is a member of Alpha.
Everybody should declare it. That's it. That's beautiful. Because I'm watching their stomach. 2 years since it's 50-50. Second match, let them declare their asset. They have to declare their asset first. When they finish, they will not do. No, they are going to declare their certificates. Okay. I don't know if it's not 2 months. 2 months. What's there? I'll move emotion. I need members say, what will you do? There is no oath, but we want to take it as we are lined up. We are farming before membership that we will serve them, and we know what it takes. We do it in honesty and self-respect. Is that right? Yes. I pledge your allegiance to the Nigerian institution of justice, not any other association. Is that right? Yes. Correct. Because the president has agreed that president the president has asked me to make this clear and get anybody who is actually has anything that
You are pledging your allegiance to the Nigerian Institution of Estates of Yours and Values, not any other professional association. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Is there anybody that does not agree with that? Chairman, is there any member? Okay, so we are all in agreement that this position is actually, we're going to use it to work for naives. So, Mr. President, so I'm glad you're present. So, on this note, former IPs. It's true. It's true.
You should be here now.
I was not given a certificate. Sorry.
I think you should be there. So IPC is supposed to be the last. Should be there.
Yeah, we'll always be in the meeting to defend this administration.
You can take this. Yes. And telephone campaign. Mr. Chairman, our second class. Can I take this to the bank?
Yes, it's as good as fine.
I can take it to the bank.
This bank manager.
Today is 11. It's 11 chairman. 11.
The next stage is for the past chairman the past chairman go and officially decorate it. So that we know he has taken over. So that we know he has taken over.
The 11th chairman.
That's actually
11 chairman on the 11th.
Second vice president, and members of our great institution. Today signifies a transfer. Please let us today signifies
to a new generation of estates of values. You can recall that the last 10 of
to a new generation of estates of yours and values, of which I am the 10th chairman.
Having been sworn in,
it is my pleasure
and honor
the
glory of God Almighty
to the glory of God Almighty.
Successors
After him, we continue to have a medal
institution.
On this note,
I
Charles Ogenero Ebiai, to present to you Lancer Ikena Agaji, the 11th chairman of the branch. The 11th chairman of the branch. With this medal as the 11th chairman of the branch. 11th day of August 2020. 11th day of August. I also present to you.
Sir, please, can you remove your hand? Sir, can you remove your hand?
I also present to you, not for you to go and sleep, but to carry the burden of all of us. And we pray that God will give you the wherewithal. Congratulations. A round of applause for him, please.
Send it to people's mail.
Please toss it to the chairman, please.
Acceptance speech. Acceptance speech by ESV on his investiture as 11th chairman of the Nigerian Institution of State Surveyors on Tuesday, 11th of Abuja branch. On Tuesday, 11th of August, 2020. My noble colleagues, it is with great pleasure and happiness that I stand before you today, thanking God for His grace to emerge as the 11th chairman of Niesv Abuja branch. For the second time, back to back, I was unopposed in our branch election. It shows the respect, trust, and regard which the members of our branch have bestowed upon me, which I owe a duty not to ever disappoint. I remain very grateful. In my usual manner, I will hit the ground running. In my usual manner, I will hit the ground which I have lined up with innovations and programs. To whom much is given, much is expected. My team and I have promised to meet your expectations and surpass much is expected. My team and surpass it. Following at the areas we would like to delve into. Number one is the unity of the branch. The elections have come and gone. It is time to put it behind us. And come together to move the branch forward. Those who didn't win, we will choose into different committees to keep their zeal to serve burning. We will also reach out to those who agree or have not been coming around and give them a sense of belonging. Because where there is peace, there is progress. Second, we plan to repackage and rebrand the branch. This will be our official slogan. We will start with giving our Niesv branch office a facelift while we wait to move to the permanent Niesv Secretariat building. Our mode of operation will be upgraded. Our graphics, style, and ways of doing things at the branch will change tremendously. The third, acquisitions through completion of properties for the branch. Our branch is 28 years old and deserves to own more properties, both for income generation and one house, please. One house, please. One house, please. One house, one. Our branch is 28 years old and deserves to own properties, both for income generation and prestige. It plan to complete the supercell building, both for income generation and prestige. We plan to complete the supercell building project for the branch after it has stayed uncompleted for many years. The branch is right to own an official car for the office of the chairman. We can't keep attending meetings with high-profile government officials and our contemporaries in the bills industry and be going about in a bus. We will also complete the payment for our space in the new Niesv National Secretariat building, started by my predecessor, Niesv Charles Ogenero, ABI. A project committee will be set up to raise funds to tackle these projects. The fourth is professional research and development. Due to the negative effects of COVID-19 on our businesses, this committee will swing into action, looking into alternative areas within and outside that can put food on our tables. We'll continue with the fellows' breakfast and we'll introduce past chairman's dinner. A communique will always be transmitted to the public after any of our functions. Effect of COVID-19 on our businesses, this committee will swing on the 5, welfare of our members. This is very key to this administration. Everybody will be carried along. Nobody will be left behind. Regular visits done by the ESCO and the welfare committee to the members who we have not seen in a while. We will introduce starter packs for newly inducted associates, which will show them what to do, what to expect, who to meet, etc. It will be like a mini orientation for them entering into the associate cadre. We will introduce automated birthday text for financial members to celebrate them and give them a sense of belonging. We'll have a help desk. To be introduced and open at our branch secretariat, where any member has a problem issue can reach out and be taken care of. The sixth, we intensify our public advocacy and engagement. This is an area which I'm very conversant with because of my love and flair for publicity. As a former publicity secretary of the branch, the newspaper, TV, and radio programs will return on a regular basis. Regular courtesy visits to government offices with branded souvenirs from us. We will introduce CSR, corporate social responsibility, where we will give back to the society and to be giving high publicity. Finally, I want to say a big thank you to my predecessor, Niesv Charles Ogenero, ABI, and his ESCO members, the Arrow Group, for their support, and all the members of Niesv Abuja branch for believing in me. Due to my leadership style of talking less and doing more, I would like to be known and referred to as the Action Chairman. God bless us all abundantly. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I think the next thing is the brief on the second vice. And I think time is past spent. And I think in the process, protocol, chairman, members of the ESCO, past chairman, fellows people committees. The time is fast spent, and I think in the course of this program, we have said a lot. I just want to say that on behalf of the president of the institution, we'd like to welcome the new ESCO. And the president has asked me to especially congratulate the new ESCO. As you are all aware, the president, his official seat is in Abuja here. So the branch is hosting the president and is therefore interested in what goes on here. So he's asked me to congratulate you. And I think also I need to advise that branch or branches should be conversant with the constitution of the institution. A branch is actually the creation of council. It's part of the institution.
And I think our programs, especially when it comes to issues that affect the profession, we need to be in sync with National Council. We should not be speaking in different tones. We should be taken seriously by our stakeholders. The situation where branches actually embark on projects or embark on assignments that involve not just estates of yours practicing here, but all over the country. And the national is not aware of it. I think the president said that should be discouraged. So that's why we have the branch coordination. And I think we need to work more closely together. The national will, of course, provide support for branches, to make necessary impact and affect the lives of members locally. So I want to invite you to please take note of this, and then let us work together, understand the structure, relationship between the branch and the national, so that we can have a coordination and it can be taken seriously. Our reputation is important, and we don't want to be speaking, from every side of our mouth without making sense. So I welcome you, and I want to invite all of us to please support the new ESCO. Give them the necessary support, just as you have given Charles Ogenaro his ESCO, and I'm sure you will succeed. So on behalf of the President and Council, I want to congratulate the new ESCO, and I wish you a successful tenure of office. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Next on the agenda is the solution of the 2018-2020 electoral committee. It's been done. Then the solution of the audit committee. We have done that. When AOB, we have done that. Closing remark.
I hope you look that we appointed them. The electoral was dissolved and reappointed. Audit committee was dissolved and reappointed.
Okay.
So take note.
So wait, there must be a motion.
Okay.
So there must be a motion. So somebody should move the motion for.
Please, can somebody move a motion?
For which one?
To reappoint. Let's start the electoral committee. Yeah. See the microphone.
Microphone, please. Just straightforward. You have a move.
Okay.
My name is Niesv. I want to basically move a motion for the appointment of electoral committee who have performed relatively well and conduct election in the seamless manner and transparent good election. So we don't well done. I want to move a motion that we should continue for the next 1 year.
Seconder, please.
My name is Ade. I want to second the motion moved by Niesv and our Emmanuel. Hello.
Thank you very much. The next is a motion to reappoint the audit committee.
Somebody to move the motion for audit.
Motion, please.
Hello, Chairman.
I've been done.
What's it for?
Send the
number.
Seconder, please.
Yes, you were there at the bio.
Thank you very much. Closing remark. I would like to thank everybody present here
for this event. We're very happy and glad. We promise that we will not disappoint, like I said. Please, I would like us to work together, put this election behind us. It's done and dusted. We are all friends, we are all colleagues. The next now is to move the branch forward. Let's put hands together and work, take this branch to a higher level. As soon as we are done, there is a buffet on the other side of the hall, a large buffet.
Really?
Yes, we made preparations for that. So when we are done, we just go over and then take it up from there.
Oh, yeah.
It's from the last presentation.
Don't worry.
Any announcements? A motion for adjournment, please.
Motion for adjournment.
Motion for adjournment, please.
Take mic.
Photo sections. After this, we'll have photo section. We'll have old and new executives and new executives. After this.
Okay, photo shoot.
Hereby move for the adjournment of the meeting.
Closing prayer. Yes, photographs. After this, ESCO photographs, past photographs and present. Past and present photographs.
Oh, yeah.
Closing prayer. Hajia, you give us Muslim prayer, please. Give her the microphone.
Where is the microphone?
Microphone.
Okay. Okay.
Thank Almighty God for a successful election. Thank Almighty Allah for a successful election. I pray that the incoming ESCO will be able to protect the interest of Nigeria, be able to move Nigeria forward in the name of Almighty Allah. Amen. Those are all prayers from Almighty Allah, and they are prayers of prayer, the most from the most high. And
Amen.
Today, into your hand, I will pray for it. The fruitful tenure of this president.
Amen. Thank you.
Mr. Secretary,
Picture session.
next time you'll be sitting next to him. Vice here, you'll be here.
Pictures. New ESCO.
Okay.